Hi, good morning and happy October, everybody. Team Mirabella is back with our October feature. This is Lynn, I am Sarin, and we have 30% off of both the Wipeout Makeup Remover Wipes and our Pure Press powders. So we're going to be going over a little bit of the assets as well as some light PK, and then Lynn's going to demo for you too. So our one pager this month is going to be all of the overview information that you need for you and your team. Great to print out and have in your back rooms, break rooms, that sort of thing. So everybody knows what's going on for the month. We also have a new Mirabella Minute postcard. This is printed out on a full page sheet, but it works great as a 5x7 to have at your stations. Just as a reminder for your staff and your clients that you perform at Mirabella Minutes complimentary services to talk about the Pure Press this month. A little bit of light PK, just as a reminder on our Wipeout Makeup Remover Wipes. These are going to be alcohol-free. They use micellar water technology to gently remove the makeup. It also has some glycerin, shea butter, vitamin E, vitamin E, as well as aloe in it. So it does leave the skin very hydrated and soft. Doesn't leave a dry, tight feeling. It's very gentle. Next up is going to be the Pure Press powder. We do have 14 shades now of the Pure Press. So these guys are going to be a triple milled mica formulation. They are talc free, so it doesn't leave a dusty or white cast on the skin. They also have the polypeptide matrixyl 3000 for your anti-aging components, as well as hyaluronic acid, jojoba, and vitamins A, C, and E. So very smooth on the skin. It doesn't settle into fine lines, so it's great for contouring as well. And then just a reminder, we are continuing the 20% off of our all-in-one clarifying serum through the end of October as well.
Great. And just a little reiteration about the Pure Press powders. That jojoba is going to make them look really nice on the skin. They're not going to look drying. The fact that there's no talc in them. I know sometimes more mature clients sometimes worry about powders on their skin. The nice thing about our Pure Press powder is that it can be worn as a full coverage foundation or as a light dusting. It's going to give a very beautiful soft focus, blur any kind of fine lines and pores for your client. So it's great for touch-ups. If you're doing bridal especially, it's great to take with you or to have them purchased to take with them as touch-ups, throughout the day. It's a really great, compact little, travel size here, so you're able to take it with you. There is a sponge in the underneath. I suggest that you let your clients know that you want to keep that sponge underneath the pan so that it's not sitting on top of the actual product itself. That tends to give that layer of uncertainty or even those bumps, and just making sure that the integrity of the product is still going to be great. So what I've decided to do with this today is I have no makeup on today. I have prepped my skin with our skincare, and then I did use Awaken Primer as my primer just so that my foundation is going to last. It's going to lay down really beautifully, and then it also has those anti-aging properties as well, tightening and firming and a really nice pretty glow. So I've already picked my shade. I do recommend, now powders are a little bit more forgiving than a liquid foundation, but still doing a little swatch on the side of the jawline. I can do it with this. I know my color already is M9. And for those of you that might be a little challenged with the originals, we did pepper those in to our new extensive shade range of the 14 colors. So if you have any questions about that, just give us a call, or we do also have the Find My Shade tool on our website. But I think that trial and error is just the best way to do it anyway. So I did just go ahead and swatch myself with the M9, which is going to be my color. Now, because I don't have any foundation on, I am going to do more of a fuller coverage. So I do want a more compact brush. If you were going to do just a, to set makeup or to give that blurring effect, I would recommend more of a fluffier brush. I do have here the tapered powder brush. Now this is available in our brush sets, but within we do have some powder brushes available individually.
Kabuki also.
The Kabuki is great.
That's
I just like a little bit of a longer handle. Now with the Kabuki, you can load it, put the cap on, and take it with you as well. So I am going to use the Buff and Blend brush, and I am going to adhere to best practice. So I'm going to use a ghost instead of going directly into this. This is ours, so I could if I wanted to, but I'd much rather adhere to a best practice of sanitation. So using my ghost, and then I'm just going to use this as my palette. Now I put it pretty much on here because I am doing it as a full coverage, and I'm just going to tap it in. I have a mirror here. So I'm just going to start in my T-zone and work it out because we typically need more coverage here in the front, in the T-zone. And because this is going to give me some hydration, I don't mind carrying it up around my eye area. And then I am going to do my forehead and move it down. And then a bit on my chin. So to me, that looks pretty great. If you wanted more coverage, you could definitely put some more on. If you're noticing some little spots, if you have somewhere that you want to conceal, you can always put a little on the finger and kind of tap it into place. There's a blemish if you're not using concealer. So then I'm going to take our powder in, this is D14. So this is the darkest one, correct?
It is, yes.
And I love this as a bronzer, contour, if you would like, that's another term. So I'm going to use this as well. And I'm going to be a little bit softer in my application of this product because it is so pigmented. Again, using my ghost. Not as much this time.
Little goes a long way.
Little goes a long way. So I have two brushes. I do love this. What is this one? This is the sculpting or the Studio Sculpt. This is again in the brush kit, and then I also have the tapered. So this I love because it is just the size of my cheeks and it has that bevel in it. I'm going to start up here in my hairline and I'm going to move down. And that way, if I do have too much, and I've said this before, it's going to end up here and not here. I'm going to do that on the other side. So even though I'm going down, I'm still making that upward motion. But you can see how that just adds just a touch. I'm going to put a little up on my forehead and then a little under my chin. And that's it. That was a very little bit. If you wanted it a bit darker, you could totally add. It's easier to add than it is to take away. And then I'm going to also show you how you can use this. Since I'm wearing a bright lip, I'm wearing our Fiercely Fuchsia that we just launched. I'm just going to keep a really simple kind of no makeup look on my eyes. I do have my eyebrows filled in already and I have mascara on, but I'm going to take, I believe this is Ivory 4. And this is going to be my all over color for my lid. So I'm going to do my eye makeup in this as well. So I'm going to take my flat shadow brush. And I do have eyeshadow primer on ahead of time. So that way it's going to prevent it from creasing. It's going to keep it in place for me. And it's going to have this eye look last longer than if I hadn't put eyeshadow primer on. So I'm taking that all the way from my lash line up to my brow. And then I'm going to take our M9, which is what is my all over face color. I'm going to take one of our little eye blender brushes and I'm going to create my crease, but still using my ghost. Just dab it in and I'm just going to create that crease. So it's really quite monochromatic except for my lips.
That really helps to feature our new lip shades. So she has the Fiercely Fuchsia. I've got on the Not Your Average Nude, which is my new daily color. I love this one.
It looks great on.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. So keeping a nice light eye and a simple look with those bolder shades is really going to feature those new colors.
It's very hard for someone's eye to focus if there's too many bright things. So that's kind of my rule of thumb, is keeping one area that you're going to showcase and then kind of muting the others. I'm just for every day. Obviously, some event makeup can be quite different. I am going to take the D14 now, and I'm just going to pop that into the corner and up through my crease. So you can see I'm just kind of accentuating the corner. And you can even use this to fill in your eyebrows if you have darker eyebrows. As I've said before, I love using things in multiple areas and showing the value. And then I am going to just take my angle brush. I love an angle brush. And I'm going to take the D14 again, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line as just kind of a subtle eyeline.
You really can use that for everything, all over.
I know, it's really good. I like this angled brush too if you're using a bright lip like I'm wearing this Fiercely Fuchsia. If you need to get a real crisp line, it's a great tool. The other thing you can do is I'm going to take the I4 and I'm just going to go around the outside of my lips and put a little highlight on there with my angled brush as well. And that's also going to keep that in place for me. And if you have any kind of little feathers, I actually do, I'm 50, happens. It's gonna create a really nice crisp line and keep it in place. So there we are. That's a quick Mirabella minute using Pure Press.
In a multitude of ways.
For all, and it's gonna look great. And pairing it with a really bold lip.
And don't forget, we also have this month's talking points that you can print out for your staff. That's going to go over a quick little real life blurb to say per item. These are all going to be on our Dropbox via go-bella.com. And we're also going to send out the email links to these. So if you guys have any questions or suggestions on any kind of these assets that you can use digitally or in print, please let us know. Sam spends a lot of time on these every month, and we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to help support you guys. So thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful October. We'll be back next month.